the way that the foreign exchange market has seen the sort of initial take on what Trump's doing is basically you're shooting the US economy in the foot more than
Well,
you're shooting anyone else.
yeah,
And I think
that's
for
my
me,
take.
that's right. Because the dollar's trading at roughly 6 month lows.
Yeah,
The euro is up north of 111, cable pressing on towards 132 when I last looked just before I left the desk.
well,
And that makes a lot of sense to me because I think ultimately that is what we are seeing. Trump seems to have this sort of warped vision that in order to sort of enforce this America First agenda, they
well,
need to go back about 40 years when they did absolutely everything within the country. I completely agree with you, and I think the UK's approach here is arguably the right one, where the government are saying we're not just going to, and I must be feeling ill or something because I'm going to praise the government now. But Jonathan Reynolds, the business secretary, was on the radio this morning, flat out saying, I'm not just going to listen to these siren calls that we slap the same tariffs
yeah,
back on the United States. We're going to have a chat with them. We're going to try and negotiate a trade deal. And I think that is the way to do it.
yeah.
Just because someone else is enacting a policy, it doesn't mean you need to follow it. Certainly when
Yeah.
it's a policy as nonsensical as this.
Well, this is the point. I mean, I've seen an awful lot of people on social media, some very, sort of people that I actually respect, saying that we shouldn't be toadying up to the US administration. Well, no one's suggesting that we do. But at the same token, we also have a responsibility for the UK economy and doing what's best for it. And while Labour don't have a particularly good track record for that, I think in the context of what they're doing here, it's the right approach.
Yeah.
What you don't do with an economy that's flatlining is add additional costs to it when an awful lot of your exports, or quite a significant amount of your exports, come in from the US. Why would you do that?